It is my pleasure to share with you the interpretation of some of the poems of the selection for Advanced Level 735 English Language, the Cosmic Anthology to Poetry. It's a very interesting selection that cuts across a wide range of issues. And we should note that we are supposed to interpret these poems by bringing out the various themes and try to see how these themes cut across as many poems and other texts in the selection. The poems that we have in front of us range from poems that talk about life and its complications, life, which is a combination of success and failure, life that is a combination of joy and sorrow, and the fact that every little thing that we can acquire, we can lose it with just a simple mistake. The poems also talk about life and its complexities, full of vices like hatred, jealousy, lies telling, etc., etc. But from the other point of view, we also have virtues such as humility, forgiveness, no matter the situation. Most of the poems also deal with bad governance, incompetence, theft, embezzlement. Leaders don't care about those whom they govern. They use the system not to work for the welfare of the people, but for the system to serve them for their selfish interest. The powerful and those in power always impoverish the masses, rule them with terror, find pleasure when they are suffering, and make life very uncomfortable for them. Those with divergent or opposing views, like those of the leaders, some are forced to go on exile, and many will lose their lives. The corruption is institutionalized. It is on a wide and broad scale. And the money in the banks of the countries actually belong to the leaders. We also have a group of poems that talk about exploitation of the West in complicity with their stooges, who are the newly elected African head of states. They, with their friends who are vultures, exploit the enormous wealth and mineral resources that are found on the African continent, and they use it to develop their countries. In complicity with their Western allies, they impoverish their own people. There are also poems that talk about the African personality, hospitality, respect, hope for a better future. After all, Africa is the cradle of civilization and the bastion of knowledge. But how comes that Africa, despite all these advantages, still remains as underdeveloped as compared to the other continents? But yet writers believe that there can be hope if the people can, in unity, speak in one voice and ask for genuine change. The problem about African societies is their mentality, the mentality of their leaders, who are so greedy, very corrupt, and above all, they are very, very incompetent. In the videos that will follow this one, I'm going to take one poem after the other, and I discuss about the content of the poem and the main ideas that have been raised in the poem.